put a Mellings 10770 pump for this motor. It's got extra cavitation, anti-cavitation grooves apparently. Always pull your pump apart when you get it new, give it a wash out, and I like to put a little bit of grease in there. I know that it's going to block the filter a little bit, but I don't think it'll be enough to worry. It never had a problem with it before. The grease stops it galling and helps it to be a bit better air seal, but only put a tiny, just a smear in there. These pumps also come with a special drive shaft, and it clips on. It's got like a spring clip groove, clips on so it can't fall off, so it's a good idea to hit that on now. Also, when you're putting the bolts on, the new bolts have got a really nice serrated edge on the bottom, because there was a bit of a rumour that some of the older ones, the bolts would come loose and fall out through vibration, so I usually stick a little bit of Loctite on those as well. Putting the oil pump onto the engine, the shaft is in place, clipped on, oil pump pickup's on and tight. This bolt holding the main cap is 65 foot-pounds. Okay, timing cover and then sump. Timing cover's ready to go on. You can see that this setup has a nylon part that goes in the end of the camshaft that pushes on the center of the timing cover. That limits the end float because there's nothing else to hold it. If it slides too far this way, because there's a helical gear on the other end that drives the distributor, it changes the timing a little bit. So we want to keep it in place. Got a bit of raspberry jam on the gasket ready to go. It's Loctite master gasket, I think. Looking good. Once I get that done up, then I'm going to be ready to put the sump and bolt that down. Almost ready to put the sump on. It's a nice deep one because it's in a jet boat. Before I do that, you notice that the holes stick up from last time they were bolted on. So just bring them down with a hammer. If you go too far, it doesn't matter that much because the bolts will pull them back up. I've done this side, just dressed them down a little bit, and get it nice and clean. We're ready to bolt it on. I really like these Velcro gaskets. I've got some guide studs in there. I've put some silicone or Celastic, automotive Celastic, on these radius corners because that's where sometimes they'll leak. Velcro gasket's got all the pins on it, line up with the little holes. It's nice and thick, but sometimes they'll still leak right on that little radius corner there, so that's why I stick that little bit of extra silicone or Celastic. Really like the Velcro gaskets, really well made. But if it's going to leak, it'll leak right on these corners. So I always stick a little bit of Celastic in there. just to help it a little bit. Also, the guide studs are good, they hold it in place so it doesn't get disturbed when you slide the sump down. Okay, ready to put the sump on. Ready to put the sump on. The right way around, little cutout there goes to the oil filter. White paint marks and all the bolts gives you a bit of confidence, help you remember that you've done them all up. That's everything ready to go in there. Got the elastic on the corners. Down onto the guide studs. Makes it a lot easier. Bring it down straight. Okay, a couple of bolts. Don't bring the bolts down too much, just keep it so that it brings it down evenly, not quite touching or squashing the gasket. That way it's still got that slightest little bit of movement in it, enable you to get all these other bolts in. So get all of the bolts started before you tighten any of them. Time to prepare the cylinder heads. Had the surface machined, so it should be nice and smooth for the chromatic gaskets. Needs to be very smooth finish. If you've got a rough finish there, they won't seal properly. And we have to put new springs, new retainers. The retainers we had before were 7 degrees. These are 10-degree collets, so they'll be stronger. The next thing to do is set up the installed height of the spring. We've got a new set of springs. You can see there the seat load height is 1.9 inches. So we need to shim that to get it right. So we measure this height here and then figure out the size. On this one, it's about 5 thou under 2 inches, so we have to work out how many shims to put in to bring that back to 1.9 installed height before I put the springs on. Putting the valves in, a bit of oil on the stems. Measured each one. That's 90 thou. We need to space it out. That's a 30 and a 60. I'm going to put our shield on. New stem seal. Okay, take the inner out of the spring until you run the cam in, put them back in, less pressure on the lifter to match up onto the camshaft. tiny bit of grease on the collet and on the end of the screwdriver. Makes it very easy to manage putting it in so that they don't fall off. Okay, they're sitting in there. That's one done. 15 to go. Got a set of ARP studs to hold the heads on. You see here that the holes go right through into the water jackets, so you need to put some sealer on. You can either use thread sealant, pipe sealant. I actually just like to use the raspberry jam, which is the 515 master gasket again. It's really good stuff. These two bolts are shorter where the dowels are, so don't get them mixed up. And with the exhaust studs, I've shortened them to the minimum length. I just took a couple of mil off the end, because when you're putting the exhaust flange or extractors on, it goes very close to the end of the studs because it sticks up a lot higher than a bolt would. So I've cut them down to closer to the minimum length to give clearance on that flange. Because we're fitting a new camshaft with this combination, I'm going to do a piston to valve test. So I've just put a layer of blue tack around the valves there, and I'm going to drop the head on, put a rocker and push rod on the number 1 cylinder, wind it over, and then check for clearance. Should be fine, but it's easy to check it now rather than later. I put the head on, put this blue tack on the valves, put the rockers on, adjusted the clearance, wound it over a couple of times, and you can see that they haven't touched at all, so there's heaps of clearance in there. Thought there would be, but just needed to check, which is good.